regardless what they do, this guy just go above and beyond for them, and so on and so forth. And just like, man, how can I be my authentic self and my man is still loving me, right?
Do you fear if your partner knew everything, what you were thinking, how you were feeling, that the relationship would end? And that's what we're going to be covering today. So are you guys ready? Are you guys excited and inspired? Got your pens, got your coffee, grab your partner. And hello, world. Again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are at in the world. We just wanted to congratulate you for being here to change your life and really to change the lives of everyone around you.
That's
And
amazing.
yes, and we just wanted to, thank you. You found us, and we're here, and we just want to thank you for allowing us to basically help you along this journey. I know that you're going through a transformation. You're looking for some changes, looking for something to elevate and better your life, and we are more than happy to be here to add value to you, to over deliver and impact your life in any way we possibly can. So
Absolutely.
there's some links below. If you are needing more training from us or getting to know us, there's a bunch of links below to do all of that. So again, read on that. And then if you like this, everything that we're going to cover today, then please like our videos and comment, and then share us with the world, share us with somebody who this title, this topic may hit home with you, or it might be something, oh my God, they need to hear this. And then, somebody you love, and share us with them. So
Sounds good.
yes. And so the title to this, it's in a series that we're doing. It's called What Ruined Our Marriage. And again, there was a big list of things that I did, right? Definitely that I did, and that ruined our marriage and got our marriage to the point where after 14 years together, my wife sat in front of me and said, "Here's a ring. I'm done. I don't want nothing to do with this." And at that moment, I said, "What did I do?" But then I really looked back. There's a lot of things that I did leading up to that, because she's one to be very committed to a relationship, a marriage, especially when we have children. We want to raise our children together, have them under one roof, and grow, and then be the best examples for our children. For her to make a decision like that, it got to the point where it must have been a point of no return for sure, and it did. And then, but we obviously were able to create some breakthroughs and transformation, and really turn our marriage around, elevate it to the level where it's at right now. And that's what we want for you. We want to give that to you, right? What we accomplish, the love, the passion that we have, the joy, the excitement, everything, the newness, everything that we have going on every single day. Our goal on this channel, as we're sharing this content with you, is to really deliver that to you. How can we help you get what we have? Yeah. This amazing love affair that's just, this is the strongest we have ever been, the happiest we have ever been. Yep. Okay, so today's topic, guys, is not being our authentic self, which is one of the things that ruined our marriage, both of us. And I think for her,
me too.
She did it more because she's a giver. I love a connection, so she wanted to give to me, and I was trying to be somebody else, right? Because I'm significance driven. So if you haven't watched our 6 human needs video on what those things mean, please watch that in a different episode that we have. It's amazing.
Yeah, we put the link below so you can watch it right away.
Yeah, because you're, really every that's the biggest force, a driving force in terms of where you're at, what decisions you've made, and even together as a couple, right? Because it's all about needs. So you're very, very powerful. So not being our authentic self. And I'll give an example. Me, I was always, I'm a certainty driven person. I have I'm a variety driven leading up to our marital issue there. So I was always looking for something new, and I was significance driven. So I wanted to be the special person, this unique person that was because I didn't feel significant. I didn't feel special or needed when I was younger, right? I grew up in a environment where there wasn't quite a lot of love, and a lot of love around me, and a lot of people around me. I grew up at a very young age learning how to take care of myself. Not saying that the people around me were bad, like my parents. It's not that. They were trying to live life and build their life because they were first generation to the United States. So they spent a lot of time working.
Yep.
And I spent a lot of time not with them. So growing up lonely and really just having to really take care of myself at a very young age, and our family were apart. So I didn't feel much significance when I was a child. So growing up as an adult, I want to feel the significance, like people need me, right?
Yep.
To build these companies, to grow, expand and into different markets, things like that. And really, that really caused some quite friction in our marriage, because she is certainty driven and loving connection, but I wasn't always there. And I was always looking for something new. So you can see where the issue comes into play. So yeah, not being our authentic self, babe. What is your
I think for me, the biggest thing is, I'm always being the person that they want me to be. Like growing up, mom, the same thing. Mom and dad wasn't around. I was not the center of a lot, of my family, right? My household, right? So I learned to be the best of me, to be the best self of me. But to a certain extent, I be the person that the other person want me to be, so that I can get that love and connection from them, right? So for example, in high school, I was the top 5% in Singapore, because in my mind is, if I am, getting all A's, my mom will love me more, my dad will love me more, right? And that also transitioned into my adulthood. So everything that I wanted to do, I strive for the perfect, the best, because in my world, I thought that is what is gonna give me more love, right? And when me and him have that relationship, I have been trying my very, very best to get A's as a wife in his lens, right? I'm,
yes.
I'm trying everything possible, to help him and to give him the love, and be, bottom line is, be the wife that he wants me to be, and not really be be Phyllis who I want myself to be. Because again, I know that a lot of the women out there, right? You watch a lot of love movies, and a lot of the love movies, the reason why they are top sales, like they are like the top pick, is because regardless of how the women is, the men love them unconditionally, right? Especially the Asian shows, like most of the women is usually like, they're not really that smart, and they just, to a certain extent, like it's almost like a luck, like this guy just fall in love with them, and regardless what they do, this guy just go above and beyond for them, and so on and so forth. And just like, man, how can I be my authentic self and my man is still loving me, right? And I think that is a huge transition.
Yes.
And again, for me, it's just one day, I just couldn't be that person anymore. One day I just couldn't be the person that he wants me to be anymore. And one day I just like, man, I miss myself. I miss the fun and hilarious Phyllis, the spontaneous Phyllis, not the mom Phyllis, not the boss Phyllis, not the wife Phyllis, not the the Phyllis that everybody else want me to be. I just want to be me.
Yes. So
do you feel that?
Yeah, you if you have run into this, or somebody who has, there's two things that really happen when you're not your authentic self. When you don't bring your authentic self to the world or to a relationship, you stop being satisfied with yourself, right? So if you're trying to be somebody in the world that you're not, you're going to eventually kind of hate yourself in a way, right? You're not satisfied with yourself anymore. And then two, if you're doing that in a relationship, then you're not satisfied with who you are, have become in the relationship, and you're definitely not going to be satisfied with the way the relationship is going. And the second thing is fear. Right?
Mm-hmm.
When you're not yourself in a relationship, if I think this way, is he or she going to feel this way? Or is that going to trigger some type of emotion? Or if they know I feel this or think this, and you just can't be honest. You just can't be open. And then you end up walking down this path where, gosh, I'm not satisfied with this anymore. I'm not, right? And that just goes into a whole bunch of other issues, frustration, stress, and this is where some of the fights might come into play. It's not even a lack of communication. You don't want to communicate anymore because you're not communicating as yourself. You know what I mean? So the two tips that we have for you is, first tip is, one is love yourself, right? Love yourself enough. If love is a place you come from, love was never something you'll ever have to go find if it's where you come from. Okay. I learned this from Tony, who learned it from one of his friends. It's amazing, right? If love is where you come from, you'll never have to find love again, right? And just loving yourself. And what does that mean? Does that mean you walk around strolling around like, man, I am the, stuff? It's not, that's
The
not.
king of the world.
Yeah. To be in that confidence, great, right? I'm the king and queen of the world, but really to love yourself enough to be like, this is me. This is what my creator created. This is how I feel. This is what I'm thinking. This is what triggers me. This is, what I like, what I dislike. This is what my needs are. This is not what my needs are. This is, how I want my needs to be met, how I want to meet my partner's needs, and all those things, how I want to make this, type of decision. And we're not talking about being a selfish type of a love here, but loving yourself enough to know that this is my true me, right? And if your partner met you the way they met you and they loved you for who you were at the beginning, well, that's who you are. Right? So don't try to change yourself, or definitely don't have your partner try to change you. That's who you are.
And I think, again, for the women out there, I think it's okay for you to say, man, baby, is it okay if I take a day off or a couple hours off, or even a 30 minutes off, right? To just slow down and relax yourself and love yourself and give yourself a moment, right? Because a lot of time, there's always the mommy, and then, hey, Phyllis, hey, boss, right? And you just really, as a woman, we're kind of like water, you just really need a little bit of time for yourself to love yourself. Yeah. So it's okay to ask for that, and you'll be surprised, most likely your husband is going to give you that and create the environment for you.
Yeah, totally. It's, when you're that responsible, right, you just turn into this thing where you just become so responsible, and that's all you're focused on. You're the mom, the boss, the wife, the daughter-in-law. I mean, like in our household, right? I mean the company that the clients come to, and she's just, giving and giving and giving to all these elements, and that ultimately she becomes last, right? She gives it to herself last, and that's really a really dark road that you don't want to walk down. And if you are, the way you change that around is really just kind of love yourself. Yes. Right? And then the second tip we have for you is really show up as your best self or your authentic self. Mm-hmm. Right? And maybe it's time to have that conversation with each other, be like, this is who I am. Mm-hmm. This is who you love me for. Mm-hmm. And this is why I make my decision. These are my needs, right? Mm-hmm. If you don't know, go take the test, TonyRobbins.com. He has that 6 Human Needs. Go learn it there too, or learn it from us. But we're also going to provide you a link. I believe Phyllis is going to provide you a link down there. But it's very important for you to know that. So this way, this is how you show up. This is when you show up as that. It's amazing. And if your partner truly loves you, right, and you guys are really truly meant to be, and you're trying to walk down this path together, then he or she needs to really truly understand that. Mm-hmm. I used to judge quite a bit because I want a certain person or something from her, and it's not. It's just I should really accept her for who she is and everything, right? She's Storm. Most women are, but she's like, Storm. Someday she's going to be cloudy and lightning bolts coming out of her eyes, but ultimately half of the day she's gonna have a bunch of sunshine and birds coming out, right? Some days she's gonna be a tsunami. But look, that's just how women are. It's amazing.
Men also have that version.
Of course.
Don't call you out.
Yes, men have that version too. But you have to look at it like the weather, right? And ultimately, I want her to be the weather. I can't change the weather. We shouldn't. You can't go out and say, hey, stop raining. It doesn't stop raining. It's going to continue raining. So ultimately, you got to accept it. You got to embrace that, and then let them storm, right? Let them be who they are. And same thing with us. Let us be who we are as well. So when you show up like that, you're not going to fear anymore. The fear of what's my partner going to think? What's my partner going to judge me on? And if you're doing the judging, it's time for you to stop. And ultimately, whether who judges who first, well, she judges me or he judges me first. That's why I do it. That you're keeping score at that point, right? So just be yourself. If you truly love your partner for who they were at the beginning, there's no reason for you not to love them the way they are now.
Yes, I think judging, it's obviously a very strong word. However, judging, you really do started to judge people, starting with the evaluation. You evaluate whether this person is safe, dangerous, great, not so good, right? And I mean, it's a very good term of, hey, don't judge, right? Just show up however you are. But sometimes I do find myself judging, right? Just like what he said, I was judging the situation last night. I think that it was slightly dangerous, so I have to put some assurance into it to make sure that the taxi driver doesn't kidnap us, right? There's nothing wrong. I mean, it's just a survival mode that's coming out, right? Whenever you go down to you go down, you have a dinner at a restaurant, and then you're sitting down and then the waitress is giving you water or not giving you water. Sometimes you just automatically, the judging signals which just come off. It's like, is he doing a good job or not doing a good job, right? The key is you just have to, but between the husband and wife, you just really have to remember, hey, we're not gonna judge you. That you almost have to remind, not almost, like you have to remind yourself daily, but even by the seconds, like, don't judge, right? Accept him as who he is, because in return he's also going to accept you as who you are, right? This is almost like freedom, right? If you wanted to relieve yourself, forgive, right? Forgive and forget, right? So here is, if you don't judge, the other person is not going to judge you. Just imagine this beautiful cycle, right? You don't judge me, I don't judge you. You be yourself, I be myself. I love you regardless, you love me regardless. How amazing this beautiful thing is going to be. However, in the past, we got stuck. We judge each other. When I say something, he judged me. When he says something, I judge him. Because
whether
we're
doing or
keeping
saying,
scores, right? We're just judging each other for whatever it is. So again, if you want your relationship to be, have the love and passion that you want, like everybody else have, or like what we have, just make sure that you don't judge, and so that, and just remember to show up the way you need yourself to be.
Yeah, using that story she said yesterday, we left this water park in Mexico. Obviously, it's new. It's a new territory for both of us. We've never visited down here. We hear all these, kind of bad stories, right? In these movies of all this stuff in Mexico.
First impression wasn't good.
First impression was horrible. And, we left yesterday. And even though, the cab driver worked for the place, he, was actually given to us by the people. We had 20 people around us that saw us witness that we walked into the cab. And so I felt safe, but she doesn't, right? So her certainty. So my old me would have judged, like, oh, here she goes again. Right, here she goes again. Maybe I might even think, oh, she doesn't believe I can protect her, or she's always worrying, right? All this stuff. I could have done that in the past, and I did do that. But my new me, right, to accept her as her authentic self, using this as an example, I didn't. I'm like, cool, she just needs certainty, right? Mm-hmm. She just needs to feel that, that's her needs, right? She needs to feel good about this. And nothing to do with me, nothing to do with the situation. That's just her. So I let her be her authentic self. I didn't say, you're nuts, you're crazy, what are you doing? Any of that stuff. I saw her, what she was doing. She sent, went to take a picture of the license plate. She got in the car, and I remember her looking at the phone, she was scrolling on something, and she was taking pictures of the driver, right? But I didn't judge her for that. My old me would have. When I didn't accept her for who she was, right? I would have judged her for that. Oh, there she goes again. She's always worrying. She's always thinking negative, or she's always thinking this. And I did it. And I'm like, it's funny. To me, it's like funny as heck. I'm like, oh, it's just her being her, right? So I let her be her, and she felt comfortable. We pulled up. Her relief, it's halfway in. She's like, is he going the right way? Yeah, he's going the right way. I remember that. All these things. I didn't say, quit worrying. Stop worrying. Stop doing that. I didn't say that. I just let her be her thing. We pulled up to the gate of the resort where we're staying. She felt relieved, and I'm like, there she goes. And she goes back to her, but she was being herself. I just didn't need to change her, right? So that's a good example. It's a very simple example, but you might be doing this in your life. You're like, oh my gosh, when my wife thinks it, or my husband thinks this, I thought that, or I've said that, or I felt that. Well, that's judging your partner. And just let them be their authentic self. Just feed to their need. That's what they need. We all have human needs that we have to satisfy our own self, to know that we're making progress, to know that we're safe and secure, and that we are really going the right direction. We all need that, and just feed it. That's all you gotta do. So
yes.
Again, so the title is What Ruined Our Marriage, and one of the topic today was not being our authentic self, which totally ruined our marriage. And we have reversed that. Now we are our true authentic self, right? And we are who we are. I know what her needs are. I know what she wants. I know what her desires, her pain, her pleasures, everything. So I just have to feed that as her husband, and vice versa. She does the same thing for me as well. So again, our two tips are: love yourself. right? Truly love yourself. Life is too short to not love yourself, because then you can give your partner true love if you do. And then second thing is just be your authentic self. Show up as your best version. And don't try to show up your best version for your partner, but as you. This is my best. I'm bringing my best every single day. And you should. You should bring your best to the relationship every single day. And I'm not talking about competition. I'm going to bring my best to top you. I'm talking about why live an ordinary life when you can create an extraordinary? Why just live an okay, settled life when you can just reach for the stars and land on the moon, right? So ultimately, those are our 2 tips. So again, we love you. If you like this video, please hit the like button, comment. We definitely want to hear from you, and share us with the world, okay? And if you're on our channel, please subscribe so that you can get alerts, and hit the bell icon so you can get alerts every time we upload a new video or do something live.
Sounds
all right?
good.
So thank you very much, guys. We love you. Bye.